I want you to imagine two versions of yourself. The first version wakes up every morning and does only what feels easy. They postpone important tasks, wait for motivation to arrive, and tell themselves that tomorrow will be a better day to start. The second version is not smarter, not luckier, and not more talented. The only difference is that they take one small step forward every day, even when they don't feel like it. Now imagine these two people living their lives for 5 years. At first, the difference between them is almost invisible. But as time passes, one begins to grow stronger, wiser, and more confident, while the other wonders why nothing seems to change. The truth is that our lives are often shaped not by a single dramatic decision, but by the small choices we make every day. The future is not something that suddenly arrives. It is something we build piece by piece through our actions, habits, and mindset. Many people spend years waiting for the perfect moment. They wait until they feel confident. They wait until they have more money, more knowledge, or more support. But life has a surprising lesson for anyone willing to learn it. Confidence rarely comes before action. Most of the time, confidence comes after action. Think about a child learning to walk. They do not wait until they are certain they won't fall. They take a step, stumble, fall, and try again. Nobody expects perfection from them. Yet somewhere along the way, many of us start believing that we must be fully prepared before we begin. We become afraid of mistakes, we become afraid of looking foolish, and because of that fear, we stop moving. But every successful person you admire has experienced failure. Every skilled professional was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once felt nervous. Every great achievement began with someone taking a step while feeling uncertain. Education teaches us many important things, but one of the most valuable lessons is often overlooked. Learning is not about proving how much you know. Learning is about being willing to discover how much you don't know. The moment you stop being afraid of not having all the answers is the moment real growth begins. Imagine a student sitting in a classroom, struggling with a difficult subject. They see classmates who seem to understand everything instantly. They start comparing themselves. They begin believing that they are simply not smart enough. But what they cannot see is that learning is not a race. Everyone grows at a different pace. Some people learn quickly at the beginning. Others learn slowly but develop deeper understanding over time. The student who keeps showing up, keeps asking questions, and keeps practicing will eventually outperform the student who relies only on natural talent. Talent can open a door, but discipline keeps it open. Discipline is often misunderstood. People imagine discipline as something harsh or restrictive, but discipline is actually a form of freedom. When you develop discipline, you no longer become a prisoner of your moods. You don't need to feel motivated every day. You don't need perfect conditions. You learn how to move forward even when things are difficult. There will be mornings when you don't feel like studying. There will be days when you don't feel like working on your goals. There will be moments when progress seems invisible. Those are the moments that matter most. Because every time you choose consistency over comfort, you strengthen the part of yourself that is capable of creating a better future. Life will challenge you. Sometimes your plans will fail. Sometimes people will doubt you. Sometimes circumstances will seem unfair. These experiences can either break your spirit or build your character. The difference often depends on how you choose to interpret them. Imagine two people facing the same setback. One sees it as proof that they should quit. The other sees it as feedback, as a lesson, as part of the journey. The obstacle is the same. The difference is perspective. The stories we tell ourselves have incredible power. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not capable, your actions will begin to reflect that belief. If you tell yourself that challenges are opportunities to learn, your behavior changes. Your mindset changes. Your future changes. This doesn't mean pretending that everything is easy. It means understanding that difficulty is not evidence that you're failing. Often, difficulty is evidence that you're growing. Think about the strongest tree in a forest. It didn't become strong because it lived in perfect conditions. It became strong because it survived storms. Its roots grew deeper because it had to withstand powerful winds. In many ways, people grow the same way. Challenges force us to develop strengths we never knew we had. There may be moments in your life when you feel behind. You may look at other people and think they are moving faster, achieving more, or living better lives. But comparison is one of the quickest ways to lose focus on your own journey. Someone else's success does not reduce your potential. Someone else's progress does not take away your opportunities. The only comparison that truly matters is between who you are today and who you were yesterday. If you are learning, improving, and growing, even slowly, you are moving in the right direction. One of the most dangerous habits is underestimating the power of small improvements. Many people dream about changing their entire life overnight, but lasting transformation rarely happens that way. Real change is often quiet. It happens when you read a few pages each day, when you spend an extra hour learning a skill, when you choose to keep going instead of giving up. A single day may not seem important, but days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years, and years shape your destiny. The person you become 5 years from now will largely be determined by the habits you build today. There is something important you need to remember. Your current circumstances do not define your future. They may influence your starting point, but they do not determine your destination. History is filled with people who began with very little. They faced rejection, hardship, and uncertainty. What separated them from others was not extraordinary luck. It was their willingness to continue when continuing was difficult. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need guarantees. You only need enough courage to take the next step. Many people spend so much time worrying about the entire journey that they never begin. But life is not lived 5 years at a time. It is lived one day at a time, one choice at a time, one step at a time. Every great accomplishment is simply a collection of small actions repeated consistently over a long period. As you listen to this, think about one goal that matters to you. Maybe it's improving your education, maybe it's building a career, maybe it's learning a new skill, starting a business, or becoming a better version of yourself. Now ask yourself a simple question. What is one action you can take today that moves you closer to that goal? Not next week, not next month, today. The answer may seem small. That's okay. Small actions create momentum. Momentum creates progress. Progress creates confidence. And confidence creates possibilities that once seemed impossible. The future is not waiting for the perfect version of you. It is waiting for the version of you who is willing to begin. Years from now, you will look back on this period of your life. You will remember the decisions you made, the habits you built, and the challenges you faced. The question is whether you will look back with pride or regret. You have more potential than your doubts would have you believe. You are capable of learning more, becoming more, and achieving more than you currently imagine. But potential means nothing without action. So stop waiting for certainty. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for permission. Start where you are, use what you have, learn what you need, improve a little every day. Some days will be difficult, some days will feel slow, some days you will question whether your efforts are making a difference. Keep going anyway. Because success is not built in moments of excitement, it is built in moments of commitment. The person you want to become is created by the choices you make when nobody is watching. Every disciplined action, every hour of learning, every challenge you overcome becomes a brick in the foundation of your future. And one day, the results that seem so far away will become your reality. Not because you were lucky, not because the path was easy, but because you refused to quit, because you believed that growth was possible, because you kept moving forward when standing still would have been easier. Your story is still being written. Your next chapter has not been decided. The pen is still in your hands. Make today count. Make this moment count. Take the next step, no matter how small it seems, because the life you dream about is not built tomorrow. It is built today,